Today I'll be talking about some Phase 4 preparations you can start doing right now. The new raid soul group will be introduced together with a lot of new loot, and also a new quest where you can get yourself an enchant that will increase your nature resistance on your leg or headpiece. This enchant will especially be useful for the upcoming world bosses that requires more nature resistance, but also later on for Phase 5 when we're going to do AQ 20 and AQ 40. To get the enchant, you will have to complete one of the 3 following quests. These are done inside the raid, but they're requiring you to provide different materials. Materials you could already start farming, or in some cases just purchase them on the auction house. There's also going to be different librams you need to provide, and I usually just go for the cheapest one, but it also depends on the other materials you'll need to provide, and if they're going to be easy to farm. In Soul Group, you can also farm reputation with a new faction, and this reputation will be pretty important. As an enchanter, you can for example unlock new oils, either the wizard or the mana oil. So what you could do as of right now is maybe to buy some of the materials for these oils, as the price for those materials might also increase. For example, the large brilliant shard. No matter which of the oils you would like to craft, then you're required to bring 2 large brilliant shards. So maybe there could be a decent profit to purchase them now and then start flipping them in Phase 4, also because they will be needed for the rest of Classic. For the mana oil, you will also need to provide purple lotuses, but I'm not entirely sure if the price is already too expensive. This is also the same case with Firebloom, but when a material like this will be important for the rest of Classic, then there could also slowly be a price increase. The insane thing about Fireblooms is that these will be even more relevant in Phase 5, when mages are going to respec from either Arcane and Frost into Fire. And this is where this material, together with the Firefin snipers, or well, the Fire Oil, will become more relevant, as you'll need these for the elixir of greater firepower that will increase your total fire damage done. I guess many cloth users are also looking forward to the Bloodwine set, which is absolutely amazing for a fresh level 60 character. You can prepare a lot of these materials, for example the Mooncloth, but it all depends on how many profession oils will return and all of a sudden drive the price down. But I could also see a small price increase. Powerful mojo are currently pretty expensive, and when Soul Group is going to be released, I could see these going down, as those materials are also dropping quite frequently in the new raid. If we're talking about Iron Whip Spider Silk, well, those are already cheap, mainly because many bots are farming these in the game, so I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be a good investment. Maybe the Mooncloth will actually be. But a preparation you could do is to level your Tailoring to 300, as you'll also need Tailoring to be 300 if you wish to get the 3 set bonus from the Bloodwine set. What else am I currently doing? Well, I'm also stacking up on gold, as this will be quite important. For example, for all the consumables you'll need if you're going to be raiding or just doing PvP. Therefore, I've also pre-purchased some of these, as I expect the price to increase, as more people will also start needing these in Phase 4. For those of you who would also quickly like to reach Exalted, Revered or Honored with Sandalari Tribe in Phase 4, then there is going to be a shortcut, but you will have to wait for the upcoming phase. There will be dropping beet juice and coins in this upcoming raid, and the insane thing is that these can also be sold on the auction house. So if you have stacked up on a lot of gold, well, then you can purchase these, hand them in, and quickly raise your reputation. What's also finally making it into the game is the upcoming tier 0.5 dungeon sets, so the upgraded rare but also epic items. These are gated behind a long quest chain, but you can prepare some of the materials and also gold that you're needed to provide in order to complete the quest. So you could start preparing these, and in the description I've simply left a link to all the different things you'll need to do in order to complete the quest chain. What will also appear in the open world is the Dragons of Nightmare, so the different dragon world bosses in the game. And one of them will especially require you to bring nature protection gear. This is why I've also started pre-purchasing some of these, together with some of the materials I talked about earlier in the video that provided you the head and leg enchant, which increased your nature resistance. Which is why we might also end up seeing a price increase for the greater nature protection potions, as these are also useful. together with the elemental earth, which is a material you need to craft a greater nature protection potion. Don't worry if you end up buying too many, or if you can't flip them right now, well then in phase 5 they will also become more expensive, as you need these for the upcoming phase 5 raid. The last thing you could also work on is to acquire the best possible gear for your class. I know it might be difficult because each individual phase are honestly being released fairly quickly, and without additional bonus loot from each individual boss, well then it can also be difficult to get these. But you could for example rank up or do as many raids as possible before phase 4.